It was an early morning at the Maritime Bay, and Pippa was up quite early than usual. She was going to the door to just get the morning's paper when she suddenly noticed something else outside the door. It was a pony. But the pony was not standing there in front of her, but it was laying on the ground, and she almost were in a shock. It felt like an eternity, but she then suddenly started screaming for the others to just show up immediately. And suddenly, the others who was still in a deep sleep heard Pip screaming so loud. And it was like, they were there, was a fire loose or something? So they all ran down the stairs to the door, and and Sip was like, Sip, Pip, what's the matter? What's wrong? Is it fire loose or is it a bear attack? But Pip couldn't say anything. She just stood there silently and pointing at the ground in front of her. The others stood there behind her and saw, whoa, what is it pointing on the ground? Please, hurry, take her in. The stern turns out it was a mare, but they didn't notice at first, but they carried her in they put her on a couch and noticed there was something different about this particular pony. But then Sip noticed, wait, hold on, is is she an alicorn? The others just looked at this mysterious pony and realized she was right. There was a mare alicorn on the couch. Every pony looked at Sunny because they knew that she can enter alicorn phase at random points, but they only know this used to be alicorns in the past. But no other has seen an alicorn in a long time. So they wonder, who can she be? What should we do? Look as if you had a pulse, said Hedge quietly, almost quickly there. Yeah, the pulse, but it's a bit weak. How weak? Really weak. We should do something. Wait, what's this? Said Sunny and pointed at this strange machine on the side of this alicorn. Is that some sort of generator or something? Look, let me look, said Izzy. And I think I know what this is, said Izzy. You know? Well, not exactly, but I think this is an oxygen generator. Oxygen generator? Asked Pip. What do you mean? Well, I read about this in what was it, a science magazine a couple of weeks ago, that if a pony were having some lungs difficulties, they would be given this type of machine that will help them to produce oxygen to make them breathe. And I do believe this is one of those. But I haven't really seen this design before. You haven't? No, but just by the look on it, I may think this is an older model. But how old? I can't say with certain though. But I believe it is the main cause of her this alicorn having a hard to breathe. Can you fix it? I don't know, but I had to do my get my best. Is it easy? But hold on, Sadish. If you're saying this is true, if this mirror hasn't, this alicorn has a long difficulty, and if you remove it, do you think that even being able to breathe with herself without it? Well, according to this article I read, some ponies been able to breathe at least can breathe for maybe up to an hour, maybe in half an hour without it. It depends, of course. So, without knowing how long this machine she would have been out without it, you don't know how long she can be being able to breathe without it. Yeah, hard to say. And but we had to do something. If this generator start being falling apart completely, She will be suffocating otherwise. We have to do something, said Izzy. I think Izzy is right, says Sunny and Pip at the same time. We have to do something. And do you think you can fix it fast? Asked Zip. I do believe so, but I can't make a guarantee this gonna last long though. But do you think uh can't logic can't logic could have something some sort of oxygen generator? I believe they may have, said Sunny. But yeah, I believe they can actually do that. So I will go there right myself, said Zip. And before any pony could say anything, she just took off. And after maybe an almost 20 minutes or so, Zip moves back with another machine. But this one looked way different than this Alicon had. Yeah, they said that I could have this older model. They weren't even any use for it. An older? Yeah, this was probably last year's model. Okay, at least at least that works, says Sunny. So Izzy removed the older generator and they replaced it with the new one. And Sunny was volunteered to look after this strange Alicorn. Meantime, Izzy went to her room and started working on this machine. And after nearly almost like 20 to 25 minutes later, she came down again and said, I fixed it. Wait, that was fast. Well, it said it could take 20 to 25 minutes, didn't I? Yeah, you're right. Are you sure it's working? 100% sure. Right? Let's try though. So they replaced the older one back again. But let's keep this one just in case if this will fail apart. Yeah, sounds about right, says Pip. I wonder who she is and where she's from. I don't know. I mean, I thought that Twilight Sparkle was the last known alicorn that was alive, said Sunny. Do you think maybe you have something mentioning about your dad's research? Yeah, maybe. I mean, did left a lot of books, so I may have to look through it. So Sunny told her friends to look after Mrs. Mysterious Alicorn, while her and Pip went to the attic to went through some of the books that her father left behind when he passed away. And after almost 2 hours of reading of different books of ancient equestrian history, there were a lot of details of Twilight's and friends, and there were, but I wonder if we can actually find anything in these books about this mysterious alicorn. I mean, what if there's no records of any mention about this alicorn at all? Said Sunny almost. She was a panic. Sunny, you don't have to panic about this, said Sim. It might be, I noticed your dad left you a lot of books, but you have to realize this is based on his hand hoof writing, right? Yeah. You know, it takes since he left a lot of books, documents, royal scrolls, and all that. It is possible that it may get in somewhere. You have to keep looking. Yeah, you're right, Sip. I just a bit worried about this pony though. You're both about it. So they continued to look for another half an hour and bingo! I think I found it, said Sip. Really? Yeah, look here. Your father made this list of different alicorns from the very start. There was Luna, there was responsible for the moon, Celestia for about the sun, Cadence for Princess of Love, and then Twilight Sparkle for Princess of Friendship. Then we had Flurry Heart, the daughter of Cadence. But there's another name here. Wait, Dashie. Do you think that this Dashie Alicorn could be the one that is downstairs? It's more likely. I mean, since there are no any exact pictures of the others, except for I know it is there's not Luna or Celestia because or it's Twilight since we know we've seen them, yeah. But I don't know about Cadence, Very Hard, or Dashie. It could have been either this mysterious alicorn could either been those three. Yeah, that makes sense, but at the same time, it's hard to say for the right moment, though. But the only thing we can know for sure is that it confirmed when she wakes up. Yeah, you're right. For the next several hours, this mysterious alicorn was still passed out, until when Pip came and the others who was in the kitchen talking, "Hey, she's awake." What? Are you serious? Yeah. So the others walked in the living room and she was awake, sure enough. "Hey, how how are you feeling?" "Dizzy," she said. What's your name, by the way?" asked Sunny. Wait, are you named Dashie, by the way?" "Yeah, how do you know?" Then she explained her father's had made her extend research about ancient history in Christia, and only that her name was mentioned in one of the books among the list of different alicorns. "We wasn't sure, but your oxygen generator was not working properly." "Wait, what? But my friend Izzy here managed to fix it." "Wait, you did?" "Yeah, yep, I did." "Wow. Um, so, so Dashi, where you're from? And, and is there any other alicorns like yourself?" asked Pip. But Dashi was silent. "No, I'm the only one left, and the last one." "But how is it possible you can be the last one, but there hasn't been others since Princess Cadence?" "Cadence?" "Yeah, that's one of the other alicorns, according to my dad's book." "Oh, who else?" "Well, there were Celestia, Luna, Twilight, Sparkle, Flurry Heart, and Cadence, and Dashi, of course. So, if I may ask, how do you know about the others, alicorns?" "Flurry Heart was Twilight Sparkle's niece, and Cadence was my..." But then Dashi went almost silent and almost started crying. "It's okay if you want to tell us," said Sip. "No, it's fine. Cadence was my wife." "Wow. Um, and how you're even connected to the other, if I may ask?" "Celestia was my aunt, and Luna was my mom." "Oh, yeah. Um, so who are you, if I may ask, and where am I?" "Oh, I'm Sunny Starscout. This is my friends Sip Storm, Pip Paddles, her sister, is it Moonbow, and my old friend Hitch Trailblazer, and I'm the sheriff in this town." "Sheriff? Um, yeah. You're in Merton Bay." "Merton Bay? Huh? Does it doesn't even ring a bell." But the question is, another question I will have to ask," asked Sip. "Yeah? Why were you even here in the first place?" "Oh, I, I almost been so tired after that long flight." "Wait, you flew all the way here?" "Yeah. I mean, I wasn't really sure what was going. I mean, ever since I lost Cadence, I've been traveling around on my own, mostly stayed away from ponies, you know." "Wait, why?" "Well, after the magic disappeared, and I wasn't sure if the... I mean, after I found out about some how the other kinds hate each other or was afraid of each other, and just I think what she means that if she would have been going to the Bridalwood and how the pony stared the unicorns was saying she's an alicorn, or that she is, if she had hide her wings and she was appeared as a unicorn, she would have been approached as normally. But they seen both her wings, They may have been scared of her, said Izzy. Yeah, I, that sounds about right, said Sunny. And did you even know about Merton Bay otherwise, Dashie? Yeah, I did. I knew it was only an Earth Pony town, but after seeing the magic somehow returned one day, I wasn't really sure exactly what happened. Because one day the magic was just around us all the time, then suddenly just one day, poof, gone. And I didn't know exactly what happened. I couldn't even perform even a single spell, I couldn't even fly. And when I heard that some ponies actually hate each other, or at least feared each other from that, that was the reason why you decided to stay away from most of the ponies, right? Asked Hitch. Yeah, it is pretty much it, said Dash. You must be hungry now, said Pip with a big smile. Yeah, I have been eating for almost 2 days. 2 days? Said Sunny, shocked. No wonder you were tired. Yeah. Sip, Hitch, can you go to... We're on it, said Hitch, and they both walked into the kitchen to prepare some food. After about 20 minutes, they came back in with some big lunch plate for a lot of kinds of food, and they decided to let Dashie to be alone for a while. And luckily, after she was finished, Dashie asked if it was okay if she could take a nap, or still after that she was still tired. And luckily, there were actually at least two guest rooms in this big tower, or this new lighthouse. Sip showed her to one of the guest rooms, and she just lay down and almost like in a few seconds later, she was out as a light. Well, though, meantime when Dashie was asleep, the others were just talking about her. They were stunned, even they never actually heard about this Dashie before. Well, I mean, considering it has been quite a long time since the magic just vanished. And before then, there were at least a few other, only a handful of, or only a few alicorns at the time. I mean, Luna and the Celestia were only this, along with Flurryheart, was the only ones was a natural born alicorns. Wait, so Twilight was never even born as that one? Asked Pip. No, according to my dad's stories, she was actually turned into an alicorn by Celestia. Same thing as for Cadence. At least based on my dad's stories, but wasn't even sure if I even believed those. But based on now, I believe they actually make sense. Makes sense still. I mean, based on what happened to you, said Hitch. Yeah, even though I'm not 100% Alicorn, but yeah, it makes sense, yeah. In the next couple of days, Dashi was informed a lot of things has been happening in Maritime Bay, the Brotherhood, and even Separate Heights. And she told her new friends all about herself, about her past, and about her family, and what she had been up to for past years since the magic was gone and when it came back again. They had asked her why was just even flying to Maritime Bay. But Dashi remembered that she wasn't actually planning to go there in the first place. She was only supposed to be flying by the area, but she must have passed out while mid of flight, and because since she had been eating for 2 days, and without lack of food, and and since she was tired and lack of energy, may have been the reason why she just passed out mid air and fell to the ground, and also when the generator was producing less oxygen. That may have been one of the main causes. And after she had made full recover, Sunny and the others showed her around Mirtam Bay, and sure enough, a lot of ponies actually looked at her, even walked up to her and asked who she even is, and if she was a real alicorn. But there was nothing else that they were stunned to see that. They even asked Sunny if she was related to this alicorn, but Dashie said no. And soon enough, police in Bertambe actually had accepted Dashie as one of them, even though that she was a natural born alicorn. But there was a lot of things different about it, though. It was something about Dashie that Sunny couldn't even put, though. But as the weeks and months went on, Sunny started to spend more time with Dashie. Even from the beginning, they had asked Dashie if she's going to leave Mirtan Bay and go and continue going on her journey. But since she didn't even have any particular destination anywhere to go, so she said no. She decided to remain in Mirtan Bay for some time, and decided after almost a couple months that since she didn't have anyone else to go, no other family, any other family alive, or since all of her old friends has passed away a long time ago, there was no reason for her to just continue. So she decided to settle down in Mirtan Bay. But during one afternoon, when Dashie was out with Pip to her saloon, Sunny was sitting at the top of the lighthouse with Pip. They were just small talking about some things that happened for the past few days when Dashie came up. You know, there's something about Dashie I can't put it, said Sunny. Oh, what about it? Said Zip. I don't know. I mean, we have been through a lot of things. I mean, I lost my dad several years ago, and she lost her wife and basically all her family, that she's the only one left. And the same for me. We have been going through almost the same thing as almost identical. I can understand how she felt about it. Yeah, I mean, I can understand that too, said Sim. But there is something about her that makes her unique, interesting. She is always friendly, always helpful, and police here actually love to be spending time with her. Yeah, even though I don't know what to put, but I think I may have fallen in love with her. Sip was silent for the moment and like, wait, are you serious about it though? She asked. Yeah, I believe so. But in the end, I don't know what to do. I mean, I don't even know if she's like Maris as I do. Well, I have to ask you this, Sunny. Do you even like Maris? I mean, in a romantic way? To be honest, I really don't know. I mean, this is entirely new to me. I mean, if I had my dad here, he probably would have given me some advice or like share his wisdom. You know, even though I don't have him here, and even though I'm not your sister, said Seb with a big smile, but my advice to you is listen to your heart. Listen to your heart and listen what it says to you. And listen to your feelings. That's it you can do, said Sib. And Sunny realized that Sib had a point. So after that, a couple of days after that, they talked. Sunny had actually listened to her heart and her feelings, and she came to realize that she actually were in love with Sunny, with Dashie. And she decided to ask her. And that same afternoon, when Sunny was alone with Dashie at the lighthouse, she actually did ask, and turns out Dashie had also fallen in love with Sunny, even though she really didn't know how to even approach, since they hadn't even known each other that long though. But since this winter holiday was just around the corner, they decided why not to go out just maybe a day before the big holiday. And they actually decided to do that. And they did. At first, when they went to the small diner in town to have something to eat, and at first it was kind of awkward. They had nothing idea what to talk about. But the silence broke when they started talking about their common interests. They talked more about themselves, and eventually they actually felt happy about this. And in fact, Dashi, she told Sunny that despite what happens, no matter what happens, she will always be there. And after they left the diner, they walked around and saw how this snow was falling, and it's like a magical feeling. They later went back to the lighthouse to have some hot cocoa and sitting by open fire, and even later that evening, they actually admitted that this first date went well, and they continued being dating even after the holiday, even after the New Year's Eve and all that. And for the next 2 years, they continued dating, and their feelings for each other just remained strong and solid. Even sure they had some arguments from now and then, but they always worked out. And after being together for just 3 years total, Sunny felt like she wanted to be with Dashie. So she proposed to Dashie and she said yes. And when their friends was told, they were just so overjoyed about this. They decided to have their wedding in the summer. And they invited all their friends they had. Then Dashie and Sunny had only one request. If Queen Haven, the mother of Sip and Pip, could actually be the one to perform the ceremony. And she felt gratitude and gladly to do so. Pip was actually asked to be Dashie's bridesmaid and Sip to be Sunny's bridesmaid. They actually had this amazing time. And even so, they actually had a great time on this at the wedding party afterwards, having a lot of singing, dancing, good food, and all their friends could actually see how happy they were together. And Dashie, she actually had one special gift for Dashie, for Sunny. She remembered that she had learned all long time ago a spell that could make a pony immortal. And she decided to ask Sunny if she wanted to be immortal. And she said yes, actually. And she was turned into an alicorn as immortal. Later, they actually went to separate heights for their wedding, their honeymoon for about 2 weeks. And they were allowed to stay at the palace where they had been given a royal suite by the queen as a gift to them. They actually had this amazing time at this on the honeymoon with a lot of restaurants and even just a lot of sightseeing. 4 years later, Dashi and Sunny wanted to have their own family together. And luckily though, Sunny was told from Dashi that she had learned a spell a long time ago that was allowing two mares to have a baby together. She told him that she actually had learned the spell directly from Twilight when she was younger. And Dashi decided that she wanted to be pregnant. And she actually did end up being pregnant, and only about when they also told their friends about this big news, they were all overjoyed. They couldn't have been happier. And then the day came when the first child was born. They had a daughter which they named Sundash. Sundash was like her mother, born as an alicorn, and she was very talented in magic. And And in fact, she was so talented in it. She had no problems. And she loved to spend time with her aunts and uncle, Hitch, Pip, Zip, and Issy. They were actually just happy to be there. But there was one thing that she actually started to have an inspiration or a dream when she was younger. She wanted to be a fashion designer. Afterward, her mom had told Sundash all about her old friend Rarity a long time ago, and that she was one of the best fashion designers of the time. And it sparked an interest that she wanted to be a fashion designer herself. And in fact, when she was older, she actually even got her Q mark in that. And she decided why not open a small fashion shop in Maritime Bay, and she did. And only at some point, she actually fell in love with a stallion, and they actually got married after being dating for 5 years. And they have $3 and 1 cent together. Dashie could have been happier to have found a true love. Ever since she has been alone since she lost Cadence all those years ago. Even Sunny, she could have even been happier that she actually confessed her feelings towards Sunny, Dashie. Both could have even been happier for all this. This is just something that they both are just happy about. And this is how Dashie and Sunny Starscout found a true love and got a fam together. The end.